All right, so welcome back. In today's video, I want to talk about adding JavaScript to our HTML document. All right, so there are two ways that we can achieve that. We can edit internally into our HTML document, or we can create and extend our JavaScript files. So let's talk about the first method, adding it directly into our HTML document. There are two places where you can do it. You can edit inside the head element, or you can do it right here inside the body, right at the bottom of the body, just before the closing body tag. We're going to edit inside the body. I'll always recommend for beginners, please just edit right at the bottom here inside the body. All right, so how do we put in that JavaScript? We can use what we call the script element. If you hover over the script element, it tells you what it does. The script element allows authors to include dynamic script and data blocks in their documents. And so we can add some dynamic scripts by doing this. All right, so right here, we're going to write our logic inside this script element, inside these two tags. For today, what we're going to do is we're going to log something onto the console. For those who are not familiar with the console, let me right click. Let's run this in our browser first. Let me save this and right click and open with Live Server. The console, you find the console when you right click on the document and inspect. This panel might be docked onto the right. For some of you, it might be onto the right side. If you want it docked at the bottom, you could actually come out here on these three dots. Look at here, dock side, and then you can click here. This is a pictorial representation of where you're going to dock it. Currently, the one highlighted is where this panel is docked. I want to dock it at the bottom, boom, and then I dock it at the bottom. And so we're going to click on where it says console. This is where we want to log some information. We can use this to debug, to check whether our JavaScript is working or not. So since JavaScript runs in the browser, and so this is what we're going to do here. We want to log something onto the console, so we say console.log. Log is one of the functions inside that console that we can use, so we can log some information onto that console. So I have been logged. Yes, okay, so I'm going to save this, and hopefully so you can see I've been logged here. It says it's coming from line 31. If you go back, you can see it's coming right from here, line 31. That's where this line is coming from. And so this is one way of injecting JavaScript into our document. The second way, I'm going to remove this, or I'll just comment this out. Control/ on Windows, and I believe it's Command/ on a Mac. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. The second way is when we create an external file. So I'm going to save this, and up here I'm going to create another file. I'm going to call it index.js. So JavaScript files have got a JS extension. And so I'm going to press enter. So now we want to write that same statement, console.log, and I have been logged here. All right, so if I save this and go back to the browser, of course in the console there isn't going to be that statement. Why? Because we haven't linked these two documents. And so how do we link these two documents? Similar, inside the body, I'm going to say script, and this time I want to include the source attribute. And so I want to put the path of this particular file. So I'm going to say // it means in the same folder, because these two files are in the same folder. And so I'm going to refer to this index.js. And so I am giving the source Okay, so if I save this, and now we can go back and we can see that statement has been logged onto the console. All right, so here it says index.js line 1. We can go and check index.js line 1 exactly. So we can log multiple statements if we want to, depending on what you're trying to do. And so we can see now our JavaScript is now working, and so we can start, writing some JavaScript statements. That will be, it's beyond the scope of this lesson. We're just showing you how and where you can, put your JavaScript. All right, so for today we're done. I want to thank you for your support. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, remember to do so. Any questions that you might have, please leave them in the comment section. Any suggestions, you can do the same. Leave them in the comment section. I really want to thank you for your time. See you in our next lesson. Bye-bye.